Right then, so a quick walk around video, and fortunately it's quite a windy day, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. This is actually my own personal car, and I'm loath to sell this one, but the time has come. Honda CR-V 2-litre hybrid EX model, fitted with some lovely options. You've got the front and rear bumper extensions and the side steps there, which really do give it some more substance on the road. It's a lovely looking car, really purposeful. Come around the front of it. Front of the car is nice and clean, apart from a couple of suicidal flies there. Lights and lenses clear, intact. There's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet very, very clean indeed. Near side of the car, very smooth in the panel work. There's no obvious indentations that are jumping out at me. Near side front alloy, very good. Panel work, very nice and tidy. Inside rear alloy, again nice and clean. And with the bumper extensions and the high level spoiler, just sits so nicely, this car. On the back, again, very, very clean and tidy. Finally, with the off side of the car, driver's side, again, beautifully smooth in the panels there, really, really clean. Off side rear alloy, very, very nice. Remaining panel work is lovely. It really is a handsome car, it really is. Just coming to the back of the car, you can see electric tailgates on the EX models. Absolutely cavernous boot. You've got the little slider there for sort of storage tidy effect. It's a really clever thing actually, but kept very nicely back here. It's coming to the back of the car now. Absolutely enormous amount of room. It is incredible. Front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall. Leatherwork, black leather, all in really nice condition. Heated on the EX models, and loads of natural light, helped by the big glass panoramic roof with the electric blind as well. Coming to the front of the passenger side, again all very, very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there, super condition. Finally in on the driver's door card, lovely and clean. Portable areas likewise. There is a full set of Honda mats for the car, which I've completely forgotten to put back in. I've just given it a quick clean. Didn't need much, I've been away for a couple of weeks. They will be in the car. Inside the car now, and out of the wind finally. Engine's running, so the dash is illuminated here. Lovely interior, absolutely stunning. Sat nav, as you can see, working perfectly. Pop the car into reverse, you can see the rear parking camera likewise. Coming down, it's just been kept really nicely. Coming to the main dash pinnacle, hopefully you can see 43,119 miles. Obviously the mileage will go up very slowly. I'm not going to use it much now, but it will be slightly higher than that when the car's viewed. Auto cruise control, and hopefully you can see there, you've got your heads up display. Not sure where the camera picks up on it, but a really nice feature on the car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and locking wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, it's a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX hybrid. Car's registered BF19YHS, and mileage currently showing is 43,119. The reason we do these videos, and especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're advertising, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. The reason being that we've, like many people, been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or a description, but then to get there and drive it and find it's got an obvious fault when you drive along, which can be hugely frustrating. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. And this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if you went in the car on a drive. So coming to the car, as you'll know from the advert hopefully, a bit different because this isn't the company's car, this is my personal car, but it's now time to sell it, so we obviously not going to pay twice towards Trader for the same advert, so it goes on our website, albeit you're buying it from me, but the company still provides it with the same warranty we've got on all our cars, and that's done separately from ourselves. The cars, you know, before I get into it any further, the best car I've ever owned. aside from some of my classics, which are classic Honda ones, which are totally different things. But day-to-day cars, it has been astonishingly good. I love this car, and I will get another one. That's how much I like it. But I'm going to go through all the usual things. I will try not to sort of go on and on and on about it, but I feel I may well do so. So coming into the car, press the start button, engine whirs into life. These are self-charging hybrids. There's no plugging in or charging up required. When you back off the throttle and hit the brake pedal, that's what replenishes the battery. But it's the way it works. It is absolutely smooth, silky, quiet, refined. It just doesn't jar, which is what I love about the car. Particularly noticeable, I have to say, in kind of stop-start traffic or manoeuvring around, where it tends to do it on electric. It just makes those manoeuvres less clunky and clumsy compared to sort of even the best conventional automatics. But it's so quiet on the move as well. Being a Honda, of course, they're very reliable, as you'd expect, over huge mileages. This one has a full Honda history, so obviously it's been well cared for. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Engine feeds through into the what they call it eCVT gearbox, so it's not a gearbox as such. I'm not even going to get into how it all works, but let's just say it's incredibly smooth. When you're driving along, there's no gear change. What you do get, which is, as is the case with all of these things, when you drive along like this very smoothly, all very quiet and serene, put your foot down to pull out now, you'll hear the engine revs pick up. It's a very sweet engine, by the way. So that's just a fuel light just popped on, I knew it would. But when you put your foot down hard, you can get the engine to kind of sing, but you kind of catch up with it. It's only for short bursts, but it's so smooth, so quiet. 99.9% of the time, it's the best place to sit I've ever been, I have to say. All working perfectly. In terms of economy, by the way, I don't know what Honda claim for these things. I never look at that kind of thing, so otherwise you kind of chase it and you end up disappointed. When I've been trundling around, I've been getting close to 50. I've literally just come back off holiday, helping a friend do some moving, and we drove down from the north of France down to the south over the Pyrenees into Spain and then back again, and obviously travelling at high motorway speeds most of the time, because unlike here the traffic actually flows, but then you've got loads of mountains, which is the worst for any economy. The entire trip I averaged 46 to the gallon, which I think is extraordinary. I really do. And that wasn't even trying to be economical. I could easily have got in excess of 50 had I sort of just tootled along relatively. Really impressive. Coming onto the steering chassis, first things first, the steering track's absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations or at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. The steering's really nicely done. It's very nicely weighted. It's not horribly overlight, which you get with lots of cars. It's accurate. It's precise. It works beautifully in harmony with the chassis. It never ever feels anything other than completely composed, the car. It really is a brilliant chassis. Because when you first get in, you can't believe how cosseting and how comfortable, how smooth the car is. And your initial turn into corner makes you feel that it might feel a little bit wallowy. It doesn't. It's kind of a perception. Because when you push through corners, it is massively impressive. The way it maintains its composure and stance through the corners. And that is not to say, and I would never claim it as sporty, because it is not. It's not in any way, shape or form. But it is the best CR-V by a country mile when it comes to all those things put together, and they've always been brilliant at it. Incidentally, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the suspension at all, and the brakes are fantastic on the car. Really positive, well judged, they don't feel grabby in any way, and there's no sort of pulsing or vibrations when you hit the pedal, even at higher speeds. Finally, coming to the interior, which, as you expect of any Honda, is quite beautifully put together. No squeaks, no rattles, very, very quiet in here as well, really is. And I love the layout. I think it works brilliantly, and I've been using it, and there's, you know, everything's worked really nicely. The driving position's perfect in the car. You've got sat nav mounted up nice and high, Garmin based, it's dead simple to use. Worked very well when we were away. Climate control system, which you can use, have dual zone if you want to as well, so you have different temperatures side to side. Blows ice cold air, again that was put to the test. Heated seats, of course. All of the switchgear has that wonderful high quality damped feel that you get from Honda, which they do superbly well. And then directly in front of me, you know, rather interesting dash binnacle. I think dash binnacles, even this one, probably overcomplicated and fussy. It's really nice by modern standards. I know I prefer analog clocks, even if they're digitized, but it all is really nicely displayed. With this model, you get the heads-up display, nice and clear there. You can adjust it as well, and I can press the button there, and it can make it disappear if you don't want it in your way. And I tended not to use it on holiday, but I don't know why. I can't really explain that. What I did use, which was brilliant, was the auto cruise control, which has a radar which controls you to the distance from the car in front. And for 90% of my trip, I was cruise control on, feet on the floor, totally relaxed. You've got lane departure, you've got all those things as well. You know, as a car, I can't fault it. It drives absolutely perfectly. So in that respect, nothing to worry about. But you know, in terms of the cars I've owned and enjoyed driving, this has got to be the most comfortable, refined Honda I've ever had.